Those of you out there that's just like, well, she doesn't know what she's talking about. I'm gonna order freshly anyway. I'm sure it'll be great. You order your box and you warm up your first meal and you're like, this smells amazing. I knew I couldn't trust her. She crazy. Her taste buds are whack. Listen, give it a taste. And then you can come back to my comments and talk about how flavorful your food wasn't, okay? Actually, don't come back to my comments. I don't really care. If you didn't listen to me, I don't care what you experienced. Damn! Hey YouTube, it's Lish. Welcome to my channel, or welcome back if you see any of my other content. Today we're going to be discussing Freshly, kind of different than your average meal kit subscription service like HelloFresh, Every Plate, Home Chef, etc. This one sends you meals that they've already cooked and you just have to warm them up. So similar to what you would get in maybe what, a freezer section of a grocery store? Except it's supposed to be better quality, right? Because they cooked it fresh, they're sending it to you. So you're assuming you're getting better quality and just overall better taste than something you might make on your own if you're not an experienced cook. We're going to heat up and taste 3 Freshly meals. And the reason we're heating up and tasting all of them today is because I ordered 10 Freshly meals. These are the last 3 remaining. And from what I've experienced so far, I have no hope that any of these are gonna taste good. It's really crazy because I've gone on YouTube and I've seen lots of different reviews for Freshly and how, oh, this is good and this and that. No, it's not. Like, I can tell you that it tastes like hospital food. It doesn't taste good. It tastes bland. It needs salt. I offered some to my roommate. She didn't like it. My roommate said instead of wasting them, maybe I should donate them to the homeless. But the homeless person will probably throw them back at me. You know, some homeless people nowadays are real bold. Let's go over the meals I've already eaten and what I remember about them. First, we have the protein-packed chicken parm. I remember the chicken, when I took it out of the microwave, was sitting in liquid. That's not what I envisioned for chicken parm. It wasn't crispy, given you heat it up in the microwave. There's only so much you can do to crisp up food in the microwave. The piece of cheese that's supposed to be on top, I didn't see it. It was not tasty, it was very bland, it needed salt. Breading of the chicken was very mushy, and the broccoli was nothing special. The chicken and spring pea risotto, that was average. I had it and for the first minute, 2, 3 that I was eating it, it was decent. That one was okay. Nothing stood out that much about it though, and I did not end up finishing it because I feel like halfway through I started not to like it as much. 3 being Ancho turkey chili bowl. This one upset me so much. When you think chili, you're thinking something hearty. This chili, it's basically like if you take chili, right? Your regular chili you get from the grocery store. You suck all the salt out of it. And then you put it in a blender until it's liquefied. Like, the chili didn't have any sort of chunks to it. For those that are more about texture, you would hate this. When I ate this, I just tasted mush. So, it was not good. It was not good. Zingy buffalo chicken. The chicken was very bland. There was a buffalo sauce that was okay on it. However, the chicken itself, like you tell, they didn't cook it with anything. It's like they just took the chicken and just cooked it with no salt, no pepper, no anything, and then just gave you sauce to put on top of it. It came with some sort of mashed like cauliflower. You can definitely taste the cauliflower with, I think, cheese and bacon in it. That was okay. If you're not used to mashed cauliflower, you're probably not gonna like it. I had to put salt on the mash, salt on the chicken, and that's just the bare minimum. Like, I'm not gonna go in my spice cabinet and put a bunch of spices on it now because I like putting spices on food while it's still cooking so it can absorb that spice. I don't want raw spice just sitting on my food. It needed salt for me to even eat as much of it as I did. Next, let's move on to the home style chicken. It comes with green beans and mac and cheese. I was excited for this one when I first saw it. This one, similar to the chicken parm, the breading on the chicken was not crispy. The mac and cheese, nothing special. Like, I'd rather eat Kraft mac and cheese. Green beans, nothing special. Just very, the vegetables you get with these Freshly meals, for the most part, are very basic vegetables. The vegetables are very similar to something you would expect in like a school cafeteria. It's like here you go. Now, let's talk about the 2 dishes I had so far with Freshly that I really liked. The steak peppercorn. I already knew I was gonna like this dish because I saw another review from a couple that reviewed Freshly after I already bought Freshly. And they said the same things I'm saying, that the meal's are very bland, it needs salt, just very lackluster, right? But the steak peppercorn, they said, was really good. So I was excited for this one for the first time. And it was good. The peppercorns themselves, amazing. The sauce on the steak, amazing. I think it came with like a mashed potatoes and some vegetables. Those weren't anything special, but hey, they were mashed potatoes and vegetables. But the steak itself with the sauce and the peppercorns, I would go out of my way just to buy this meal specifically. The second and last meal that I found amazing was this Escovitch Steak. So this was like a steak bowl with rice, I think it was coconut rice, some peppers, some broccoli, and everything in that bowl tasted amazing. You wanna know what the catch is? This was one of their gourmet dishes. This dish costs more than the regular dishes they had on the menu. And it's like you can taste the difference in quality. Also, the chef, I believe, is Jamaican. So I already trusted him. Because, you know, I love Jamaican seasoning, jerk chicken, things like that. My mom's Haitian. My mom's from Haiti. I like spice. So I already had a good feeling about this when I saw the picture of it and when I saw who the cook was. I'm like, all right, you want to give me something bland, right? He didn't disappoint at all. This was by far the best meal that I've tasted with Freshly. And it's sad that you have to pay extra to get a decent meal with Freshly. Even though I also like the steak peppercorn, the only thing good in that meal was the steak peppercorn, not the vegetables that came with it. With this Escovitch steak, the coconut rice was good. The steak itself was good. The peppers were good. The broccoli, everything was good in this dish. Let's go ahead and move on to the last 3 meals. All right, so first up we have Crave-No-More shepherd's pie with ground beef and cauli butternut mash. So the mash is made out of cauliflower. This is what it looks like. It says to heat it up for 2.5 minutes after peeling the corner to vent. So I'm gonna do that. One last thing I want to mention while this food is cooking, that's not specific to Freshly, but for all meal kit subscription services, if you live in an apartment building, you might want to get the food shipped elsewhere. From what I've seen with these services, when you live in an apartment, unless you know for a fact it's really easy to get to your apartment door, they may just leave this meal wherever. This is what it looks like. Oh, and it's moving around, as you can see. This is it. Okay. So I've never really had a shepherd's pie. It doesn't look good, but it smells amazing, and it's probably what it's supposed to look like, maybe. I'm weird, okay? The taste reminds me of Taco Bell beef, just with a little less salt, of course. I could go to Taco Bell and get some burrito for like $4 or $5 that could give me everything this is giving me, but more salt and more flavor. It's cheaper. Given it's Taco Bell, so it's not gonna be as healthy for you. Just to give you an idea of pricing, I got 10 meals, and 10 meals per week is $8.99 a meal. So basically $9 a meal. I was just chewing on this and it was chewy, like it wasn't letting me chew through it. It's a piece of fat that was just mixed in there. So that's kind of nasty. That just kind of threw me off because now I don't know what I'm eating. And I don't know if I want to finish this now because I don't know if I'm going to run into more fat. Once you break through that top layer, you just kind of have this mush. And so how am I supposed to find the fat in this? I'm just turned off now by that fat. Let me go ahead and start cooking the second dish. Oven-baked chicken Florentine. Florentine? With cream, spinach, and Parmesan. So, the picture looks good, but you know, all the pictures look good. All right, let's give it a taste. It has like a light sauce or glaze or something on top. But I mean, as far as chicken, like just chicken breast, it tastes like chicken breast. There's no like strong seasoning on it or anything, but it's fine. It's like chicken breast. And one thing about their chicken is it's not dry. I will give them that. Their chicken is always moist. Gonna move on to the cream spinach. The cream spinach and cheese is good. I mean, it tastes like spinach and cheese. So, okay. So far, so good for this section of the meal. The vegetables are decent. There's no strong seasoning to them, but it tastes good. This meal in particular doesn't need heavy seasoning. Like, it's good just the way it is. You could add seasoning to make it a little more spicy, but just like this, it's not bad at all. All right, let's move on to the last meal. Carb swap, Cauli-Sausage baked with Parmesan cheese. Soul healing, hearty vegetables, powerful macros, clean ingredients, zero added sugar, 5 veggies, carb covered. Those are the words they use to describe this dish. So we'll see. And this is what it looks like in the package. So we're gonna go ahead and warm this up and try it out. My taste buds needed a break. Slight shade. Meal number 3, come on down. The price is right. All right. This does not look appetizing at all. Okay, so this is what I'm looking at. Those are little mini cauliflowers. Okay. Let's taste it.
Oh my gosh. Oh my God.
Not the taste I was expecting. That was just a piece of cauliflower though, so let's continue. Let me get some of the other stuff.
Oh, yeah, 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 yeah. What is that?
It's like they tried to add spice and they added the wrong one. That was nasty. Absolutely not. So let's, that's bad. Yeah. Let's go ahead and rate all of these dishes. So, the chicken parm, a 1 out of 10. The chicken and spring pea risotto, 5 out of 10. 3-bean ancho turkey chili, a 1 out of 10. Zingy buffalo chicken, a 3 out of 10. The homestyle chicken, a 2 out of 10. Steak peppercorn, an 8 out of 10. The Escovitch Steak, 10 out of 10. The Crave-No-More shepherd's pie, a 4 out of 10. The oven-baked chicken Florentine, a 7 out of 10. The Carb swap Cauli-Sausage bake, a 1 out of 10. The total of all my ratings comes to 42 out of 100. Would I recommend Freshly? No, I would not. I would actually strongly advise against it. If you're looking for something based just on flavor alone, this is not for you. If you're looking for something that's more health conscious, this is still not for you. Because sure, maybe you might like the nutrition facts, but I guarantee you will not like the taste. Never have I ever tasted a meal kit service that tasted like this. I've tried Home Fresh, I've tried Every Plate, and now I've tried Freshly. And oh, I like things to be tasty. Tasty. That's what I want. And you can be healthy too. You don't have to be unhealthy to be tasty. But this is not it. Wah, wah, wah. Till next time. Wish out.